Hey everyone, and welcome back! I'm Alvin of Alvin Inc., and today we'll be diving deep into the world of Kidcore. This island theme has grown immensely popular over the last few months, and I wanted to explore what Kidcore is and share some tips and design ideas for anyone looking to build or draw inspiration from the Kidcore theme. Let's get into it. First off, let's establish an understanding of what is Kidcore. It's an aesthetic that focuses on bright colors and the feelings and experiences of being a kid. It often draws inspiration from the kid-like things of the 1990s, TV characters, clothing styles, things like that. The biggest drive of the Kidcore design theme for Animal Crossing is creating areas and engaging with the game in a way that brings out your inner child. Essentially, it's for the kids at heart. The topics that we'll go over in this video include tips for terraforming, item suggestions, custom design ideas. We'll look a little bit into some tips for interior designing, and lastly, we'll discuss the most common native fauna of Kidcore Islands. No, not that fauna, the villagers! To kick us off, I'll be showcasing two different island maps. All creator info will be in the description if you'd like to show them a little love for their incredible talent and designs. First up, let's look over Honeydew. What immediately jumps out to me is the pathing. There is so much pathing. You can really tell that a lot of work went into this map layout. The rivers, they almost look more like canals to me than they do proper rivers, which is a really unique and different way of doing them from other themes that we've covered previously on the channel. And everything is very neat and orderly. It almost looks like the creator literally built the map following the actual grid of the island, which is insanely cool. The biggest terraforming feature that I see aside from the canals is that there are 3 land bridges, which I love land bridges. And the creator made all of them exceptionally well, and I love the little rainbows. And now let's look over the map of Pokopon. Here, we see a lot of similarities to Honeydew. Again, the creator used an insane amount of pathing, and this map looks really well organized, like it would be really easy to navigate. There are long stretches of land that make moving around easy to do, and the rivers seem to act more as canals than they do actual rivers. Something else that I wanted to point out is that on both Honeydew and here on Pokopon, it looks like the creators made sure to incorporate long, narrow stretches of land for nature, like orchards or even trails. I think that's a great design aspect because this little splash of nature really makes the islands feel more childlike to me. Like there are all these little parks for kids to come and play at and to get dirty and to just have a good time. There's a really great balance between city-like feel and nature-like playground feel. These islands, their designs just work so well. Alright everyone, now quiet down, quiet down! Class is in session, so now listen up. Our next lesson today is all about items, and more items! So let's review. Something that Kidcore Islands tend to do really well is a little something I like to call bringing the inside out. Here, we can see a really nice Able Sisters build where the creator brought the store outside by including these changing rooms, the gorgeous kimono items, and I thought it was such a clever touch to display these hats with the most adorable, cute little custom designs. Also, something that I wanted to point out here is that this blue iron fence, the blue steel staircase, and the blue iron bridge are generally the most common in-game, build items that are used to get around or to cut off spaces. It's obviously not a hard set rule, but it is something to consider. This is a really nice build of Dizzy's house. This creator literally crafted items he has inside his house and displayed them beautifully around his yard. What's nice about this design technique is that it helps to give your villagers and also your island a little more spark and personality. So if you're not quite sure how to design an area around a villager's house, just take a step inside and find some inspiration from what's already there. Parks are an absolute staple on Kidcore Islands. Let's look at a few ideas. Here at this park on Honeydew, the items that stand out to me the most are the dollhouses, the elephant slides, and the hardwood tree cutouts. These items convey feelings of literally being at a playground as a child and playing in the dirt, sliding down the slide, and just being carefree and having a good time. This is the cutest little gas station I think I've ever seen, so I just had to show it off. It's from Honeydew. You can sleep when you're gassy! I love this beach arcade. The lava lamps are such a throwback to my 90s childhood, and I'm a huge sucker for pinball machines, so this little play area, it's right up my alley. And the last bunch of items that we'll be covering are all of these. The creator did a great job kidifying the study hall area. The simple panels have bright and adorable custom designs, and even the lockers have a splash of color and personality. This area reminds me of a college student who just isn't ready to stop enjoying life as a kid. Alright, class is over, but remember to study your custom designs. There'll be a pop quiz on them tomorrow. And welcome to tomorrow. I lied. There is no pop quiz, but you'll all still get A's if you watch this video to the end. Kidcore designs are honestly some of my favorites. They're usually very bright and colorful and just so full of personality. Here are some path designs that I think work exceptionally well on Kidcore themed islands. First up, this is the code for the path right in front of me. I love the colors and the squares are so cute. Who doesn't love a good square? Here's the code for Rainbow Bridge or Walkway. Everybody needs a little rainbow in their life. And to achieve this look, just use the stone pathing that you can purchase from the Nook terminal and use this design as a border around the stone pathway, then voila! You've got a cheery, bright road. This is a really nice path if you want something that's more similar to what's commonly known as the path. I think this looks like a bunch of paint specks in the dirt, so this would work super duperly well in a little painting area. These last two aren't really full paths, but they're just too perfect to not include. We've got a really colorful railway design for those forced perspective builds, or maybe you can build a train system that goes all around your island. And last up for our pathing section is this racing track design, especially for the Mario Animal Crossing crossover. You can build your own Mario Speedway right here on your very own island. Now let's just look at some regular ground pathing. Between the ages of 6 and 11, dinosaurs were my thing. So when I found these adorable dino designs on Pinterest, I just got all excited and giddy. I think they're adorable, and if I ever design a Kidcore island, these are going to be everywhere. And these Pink Sanrio designs are the epitome of what Kidcore is all about. I see them on nearly every Kidcore island that I visit. So I definitely say that these are a staple on most Kidcore islands. And these egg designs are excellent! Smells just like 3 p.m. quarantine breakfast. This last batch of custom designs that I'll be showcasing are clothing designs! These first two represent two villagers who I think completely encompass the Kidcore theme. Here, we've got Stitches, who is literally designed from a tattered teddy bear who's been given new life. And the next one, Mr. Teddy! Honestly, I just love this design and Teddy because when I was little boy Alvin, my dad gave me my very first teddy bear and it helped me to feel safe and loved. These next two designs aren't necessarily prime Kidcore examples, but they're examples of my interpretation of Kidcore. Here, we've got No Face from Studio Ghibli's Spirited Away, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And here we've got Sparky Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. I know that these designs aren't pinnacle Kidcore, but remember that that's the beauty of Kidcore. It's about the kid in you. These designs represent the kid in me. And last up, chickens! This design is very true to Kidcore, and it goes perfectly with the egg designs that I showed off earlier. Now let's talk about a newer topic for this series, interior decorating. Starting off, here we've got a lovely living room design. The room feels really festive and warm, and it looks a bit upscale. But I love the integration of the blue robot and the T-Rex dinosaur. The Kidcore influence is very subtle in this room, but overall I love this design. Here we've got an adorable and bright kitchen design. We see heavy use of the pastel-colored little toy block furniture items, and I actually really like the use of the Bunny Day wallpaper. It's playful and fun, and there's even a delicious cake for those late-night sweet tooth cravings. Overall, I just love it. So much color. This is one of my favorite interior designs. The blue bedroom. Blue is my favorite color, so naturally I'm obsessed with this space. I love all the toys and the race car track in the middle of the room. I've never had a bunk bed as a kid, but I always wanted one. So this is why I really love Kidcore so much. The theme, it just lets us be a kid again, and it just emphasizes the importance of play and creativity. This is our last interior, another bedroom. The pink wallpaper reminds me of bubblegum, and we see a bookshelf. I love the pair of socks just lying on the floor, and the Sherb and Dizzy posters make me so happy! I love those two villagers. It is such a nice design. Now it's time to talk about my favorite topic, the villagers. What do you notice about Honeydew's and Pokopon's villagers? The first thing that jumps out to me is that they're all actually pretty well diverse. I see Stitches, of course, a true staple of the Kidcore theme, and for most of the villagers, they share a lighter coloring, but really I don't see a strong unifying trait amongst them. Now here are a few other villagers that really represent Kidcore to me. First off, we've got Kid. Kid is almost a better representation of teen core, if that's a thing, but his name is literally Kid, and for me he represents a part of my childhood when I explored who I was and when I was a little more reclusive and just kept to myself. Ketchup screams Kidcore to me because she's just such an adorable little duck that's modeled after a tomato. I just adore her design. And Chrissy and Francine are like Kidcore icons. They're super bright and bubbly, and they just look like really fun villagers to play with and to take shopping to Able Sisters. Static is quickly becoming one of my favorite villagers. I love his coloring, and he just has this bad boy attitude. He reminds me of my rebellious stage as a kid, and that's just why I love him so much. And lastly, Filbert. Filbert is one of my first villagers I ever had, and for some reason, he just reminds me of some of my friends from elementary school, so he's just got this really special place in my heart because of that nostalgia of friendship that he represents for me. The last thing that we need to cover is Kidcore right for you? This island theme is in truth all about you. It's about the child at heart that longs to run and to play. I think Kidcore is so popular because it allows you to explore your inner child and to reconnect with that part of yourself. It offers an opportunity to craft and build all of the things that make you feel warm and fuzzy inside. Kidcore is a theme aligned with what Animal Crossing is all about, having fun. So, if your inner child just wants to come out and play, if you love fun and joy and happiness, and maybe you just need a little more of each of those in your life, Kidcore is an amazing theme to try out and to explore. It reminds us that we never really grow up. Sometimes we just forget to play. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you learned a bit about the Kidcore theme and found some new inspiration for your islands. I've also made similar videos where I talk about what is cottagecore and what is fairycore, so if you're curious about either of those design themes, I'll leave links to those videos in the description for you to check out. Make sure to leave a comment letting me know which other design themes you'd like to learn about, and we can explore them together. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!